Welcome back to our channel. In this video I'll show you my top 3 types of different transitions that I personally use in my work. But before we start, I just want to say thank you for helping us reach our first 1000 subscribers on YouTube, and actually there are already more of you. So to celebrate it, we decided to give you a 30% discount on all our projects. Use code 1000 at checkout to get this discount. So let's break down my favorite transitions. The first one is analog transition. This is my top and one of the most unique transition you can use anytime and anywhere. Next we have light transitions. In our library we have two projects. It's light leaks and light transitions. They are vibrant, atmospheric and very dynamic transition for any occlusion. And of course we'll create completely free and very simple transition. We'll add sound effects and make your projects much more engaging. My name is Dima from Studio Znak, and let's start without further ado. Alright, today I'm working in Premiere Pro, but I want to say that this method will work the same way in any other editing software. Let's start with the first transition, and it's called analog transitions. After downloading, you can check out every asset and quickly preview it pressing space on your keyboard. First, let's create a folder in Premiere Pro to keep everything organized and name it analog. Now just drag all the folders into the project. You can switch icon view to quickly preview the files and choose the ones you like. Let's add the assets from the text category and the beginning of our clip. This is a great way to make your edit more creative and unique. These assets also work well with transitions, but I'll show you that later. I'll add text 11, drag it on the timeline, and now we can fully customize it. You can experiment with different blending modes, but for this project I recommend you use screen or difference. Now let me show you a few different transitions. Each one is unique and can be useful in any project. Let's add this X transition between two clips. Try to place in the center or find the best moment for the transition. Set the blending mode to difference, and that's it. It already looks very dynamic and very cool. Just look at how the blending mode works in this shot. Now let's add a texture transition. I'll choose for example spray 24. Again, place it between two clips and set the blending mode to difference. And yo, this looks absolutely insane. But let's continue. At the end of our transition, we can add a text asset from the text category. Like I said before, this can be placed anywhere in your edit. Set the blending mode to screen, and in this case it will act as a smooth continuation or fade out for this transition. Let's add the final transition at the end of our clip. I want to something short and fast, like a hole. Just place it in the end and set the blending mode to difference. Now let's check the result. I think right now it looks absolutely amazing, but how we can make it even better? Of course with the sound effects. For this project we categorize the sound effect just like the transition, but of course you can mix them however you like. First let's add a vinyl noise. Honestly, I often use this as a transition on its own by simply making it shorter. Let's add it to the last transition and turn it up a little. You can also adjust the volume if needed. Now let's add a sound effect for our first text asset. I'll duplicate the vinyl noise from the final transition and place it at the beginning. The noise effect fits absolutely perfectly with any sound effect in this pack. Next, let's add a sound effect for the main transition. Drag it into the timeline and place it at the right moment. It's almost done, but I think we can enhance it with one more effect. Go to Effects panel, look for High Pass effect and add it to our sound effect. Make the sound louder, and now let's check out the final result. For me, this is a very super cool effect, and what's great is that these transitions are not plugins. That means you can use them in any software or even use them in mobile editing apps. Now let's move on to my second favorite category, it's light transitions. Our collection includes two different packs, it's light transitions and light leaks. Let me show you some of the assets from these packs. My favorite category from light transitions, it's fiber lights. If you're over 25 years old, you probably had one of these fiber lamps as a kid. That's what inspired us to create this project. We tested different shooting techniques and experimented a lot before we got the final result. Now let's check out the Lightleaks pack. This is a very big collection, I mean a huge collection of colorful and creative overlays. We also recently added in this project a new atmospheric particles category. So let's go back to Premiere Pro and add an atmospheric light. Place it in the center and set the blending mode to screen. Even now we already have a very smooth and elegant transition. Let's add a white transition from Lightleaks pack on top and set blending mode to screen. This already looks absolutely great, and it only took a really few clicks. You can also use a Lumetri color in Premiere Pro to change the colors and make the transition more contrasty. Now we can add the particles to the beginning of our clip. Set the blending mode to screen. This is how our transition looks like. It's crazy cool to me. It looks very fresh and these assets made our clip more interesting. Now we can add some light transitions. Let me show you my favorite fiber lights. We can center it between our clips. Also set the blending mode to screen. You can also set the different values for the transition in Lumetri color. Let's speed up our transition and set it about like 150%. And here is our result. Let's continue and we can try another transition and we can add a flare lights. Place it between two clips and set the blending mode to screen. For this transition I want to show you a very cool trick. Duplicate the clip 3 times and move them slightly to the left so they form a staircase effect. Set the blending mode to screen for the top 2 copies. Trim the extra parts. You can also adjust the clip's timing, I mean, you can use different fragments of your video. Now go to Effects panel and look for Posterize effect and edit. Set frame rate to 12. Create an adjustment layer and place it on the timeline and cut it. Now look for Echo effect and edit to our adjustment layer. Set Echo operator to minimum or screen and adjust the numbers of Echo to 5, and I think we can change the Echo operator to screen and decay to something like 0.7 and lower the opacity of duplicated clips. Let's see the result. Now add our transition on top. We can speed up a little bit and here's the final effect. What do you think about these effects and these transitions? But I think it looks absolutely amazing. Using duplicated clips, we got a smoother and more unique transition. Let's move on to the third version of our transition. For this transition you don't need to buy anything and you can make it inside the program itself very easily and very quickly. Create a shape or color made and choose the color white. Call it light. Add it to our timeline on top of the clips. This transition I like to make very short, so go to the left 2 frames, trim and also step back 2 frames on the other side and trim. Go to Effects Control panel and set the blending mode to difference. I want to make it even shorter. Now we are going to add a sound effect. This sound effect I will add for free in the description under this video, so take it and use it. I'll tweak it a little bit and make it a little bit louder. And it's done in just a few seconds. We can still leave the duration of the transition longer, which would be better for final result. Let's make a second version of this transition. Go to Effects Control and start creating a mask. Mask further is set to 0. For the first moment we will cut the bottom and leave only the top. Then we cut it in the center of the transition, and for the second moment just drag the top points down, leaving only the bottom part. These 3 transitions will make your video stand out. If you want to learn and get to know about our assets, download our free sample pack. It's absolutely free. There you will find everything you need to upgrade and enhance your videos. Also use code 1000 at checkout to get a 30% discount on all our projects. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next time. Good luck!